Once you eat here, you'll never go to Chipotle again. I don't know why people go. Good morning from Gilroy, California, which is the garlic capital of the world, or at least the garlic capital of California. In fact, if you come through here during the right months, this entire freeway and area just reeks like garlic, and it's awesome. So if you're going to the garlic festival, you've been here before. They have a huge garlic festival every year. Also lots of truck stops, and sort of the last city of the Bay Area, although not everyone would consider it part of the San Francisco Bay Area, but sort of the last stop as you head south before you get to Salinas and just the whole Salinas Valley, basically, which is not the Bay Area by any definition. So I got some footage of where I stayed last night. I stayed at a truck stop. I wondered why I paid $10, because as I wandered back there were so many abandoned trucks and homeless RVs. I felt like, they aren't enforcing anything like that, but their business. I'm on their property. $10 is more than reasonable to have a parking spot for the night, to a safe parking spot. I was next to a refrigerated trailer that wasn't hooked up to a truck, so I knew at some point a truck was going to pull up. The refrigerated trailer was running, and lo and behold, around 6 a.m., that was my wake-up call. When I heard a little thump, though, I got a little paranoid as to somebody going into my truck. And so the Stargazer makes a great little security check, and I haven't really thought about that. I can just pop up on my bed, pull the handles, and stick my head out like it's a tank turret, and just do a quick look. And then I realized it was the truck driver who was hooking up his truck, but he did look up and see me, so, made my point. I'm visible. So it's kind of an interesting added feature of the Stargazer is a quick security check. Sometimes I stay in funky areas, rest areas, and commercial areas, and truck stops, and it'd just be kind of nice for peace of mind to be able to peek out. So for now, I've got the Stargazer. All right, I am screwing up. I don't know where I am. I'm not paying attention. Let's try this again. By the way, I just had to hang a U-turn, and here's some footage of the hitch. It's nice that I can make a U-turn, a really tight U-turn. I'm surprised. The truck is not great at doing U-turns, but it's not much worse when I have the trailer, which is amazing. But this is as close as the trailer distribution hitch and nose gets to the actual hitch and truck itself. It never seems to come in contact. Now, if I go in reverse and jackknife it, sure, I can get them to contact, but let's not do that. Anyway, I had grand ideas about staying the night at the Golden Gate Bridge, going through San Francisco. And then as I came up here into Gilroy, I started getting that heavy-eyed feeling. And I've learned my lessons more than once that it's best to just stop. Once you start getting that heavy-eyed feeling like you're fighting the droops or fighting the dips, of the head, like that tired back of the head creep that comes on. It's just best to stop now. It's only going to get worse. You can get out and walk it off, but 10 minutes later it's back. So I said, screw it. I'm just getting off of Gilroy. My destination today is just in the North Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm going to be staying at a nice property that I stay at in the Bay Area. It's where my brother's mother stays. So my late brother passed away a few years ago. We have different moms, and his mom's sort of like a stepmom to me. We remain close. So whenever I stop into the Bay Area, I always go to her and her boyfriend's property. It's technically her boyfriend's. It's a nice little mini ranch. The cool thing is he used to be an RV owner, so he has an RV pad with a sewer dump, as well as water. And then I bring 100-foot really heavy gauge extension cable with me so that I can run power from his workshop. I've spent weeks at a time there. It is definitely a great getaway. Lizzy can run free on the property. But anyway, that's where I'm heading today. Gonna go visit her, visit them, go get some business done in that town. Probably work Monday, maybe Tuesday from that property, and then I'll start working my way north back home. Probably working during the day, driving in the evening. Won't make it very far, but then come Friday, today's Sunday, come Friday, that'll be my beeline to Vancouver, my last leg of the trip. I'm at the corner of 24th Avenue and Clement in San Francisco. A lot of people are scared to take their RV into the city, and I get it. I'm familiar with this city, so it's exceptionally easy for me. I've taken my RVs all over this city, and this is what they call the Richmond district of San Francisco. So if you're coming through San Francisco and you want to avoid downtown, but you want to get a little taste of San Francisco, then coming over here to the Richmond district. It's very easy to get to as you come up from the peninsula and up through San Francisco, especially if you're going up the 101, going up to Napa, going up to Marin. This is a great place to stop because you can actually park your RV. As you can see, I'm parked here using 2 parking spots because the Ember in my truck basically takes up 2 parking spots. But up there in 1 block on Geary, which is the main thoroughfare, there's countless spaces. You just theoretically have to pay for each parking space you use. It's Sunday, so it turns out parking is free around here. Now over my shoulder is Gordo's. Gordo's is one of the best mission style burritos you can get in San Francisco as far as I'm concerned. There's a couple of them around. Understand that the burrito itself, the mission style burrito, what you would get a crappy version of at Chipotle or something like that, that's called a mission style burrito. It comes from here in San Francisco. Gordo's is one of the best places to get them. I'm going to head over there right now. It's not only because they're really, really good, but they also have really high turnover, which means their food's always fresh. And that's an important part of a burrito joint. Over here down the street is Royal Grounds. I'm going to head there first and grab a cup of coffee. Royal Grounds is what taught me when I lived in the Bay Area how much coffee can curl your toes. So I'm going to go get a death brew from them, and then I'm going to go get a burrito to go, and then we're going to go over to the Golden Gate Bridge. And here we are, Gordo's. Let's do it. Carnitas. Once you eat here, you'll never go to Chipotle again. I don't know why people go. This is the place to go, man, Gordo's. I've had 1,000 burritos here in my life. Yeah, pinto, please. With guac and sour cream. Okay. Yeah, pinto de gallo, please. Lizzy, out. Lizzy wants some Gordo's. Sorry. Want some of that, huh, Lizzy? Oh. Love it. What's this, Lizzy? Where are we? All right, well, I'm just leaving the Vista Point at San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. This is the Vista Point on the north side, the Marin side. I should already have my seatbelt on, but I don't. Just left the Vista Point at the north end of the Golden Gate Bridge. There's one at the south end and the north end. I also went down to Fort Point, they call it. Fort Point is underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. In fact, if you see the arch underneath the Golden Gate Bridge on the San Francisco side, that arch is there to sort of architecturally protect and to represent the existing Fort Point that was already there. This is on the end of what's called the Marin Headlands. It's foolhardy to take your RV through here on a Sunday at 11:25. But, you know, I'm a local. This is where I was raised. This Marin Headlands is where I used to go have keggers in the middle of the night when I was out of high school and over 21, of course. No, I've done a lot of partying out here. I know this area well. They've changed it a lot. It's a lot more one-way-ish, which actually makes it easier to get an RV through now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the long tunnel. I think they call it like the 6-minute tunnel or something because the lights alternate for 6 minutes. And I'm actually in a line that's quite long. I don't even know if this whole line will make it through the tunnel in the next switch of the lights. But it's a one-way tunnel. It's an old military tunnel. It can only handle traffic one way or the other. So they use a light system. The Marin Headlands used to be basically an entire fort complex. If you ever look it up, it's really intense to see how much they dismantled the hills and then rebuilt them. I can show you military batteries out here that are on the side of a hill, and then you can go hundreds of feet up to the top of the hill, and there's all the ventilation shafts for it and such. So they've built a complex underneath here. Most of it's welded off. There was a few underground places we used to be able to go that we knew about, squeeze through the bars. It's generally all welded off and shut down now. But this is a really great nature preserve now. So you can't fly drones, you can't do a lot of things here, but you can hike and you can drive through it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's rolling hills all over the place, all kinds of cool bunkers that you can stop at. And it's accessible by RV. So you're going to see that I'm going through now from the Golden Gate Bridge through the tunnel just north of Sausalito here. And hopefully I can catch this round. And then we're going to pop out on the other side, go up the edge of the headlands here, and then we'll get this beautiful view of San Francisco and the bridge. The only question is, will I be able to actually stop and park anywhere? We'll see. All right, the tunnel's coming up. So like I said, it's foolhardy to try to come here with a full big RV on a really sunny early spring Sunday at 11:45 where I'm at right now. But I didn't expect to stop and park at the beach. It is an off-leash dog beach, by the way. So you can come out here with your dog, throw the ball, go out in the water. The water's a little rough, so there were a lot of surfers there, and they're all wearing wetsuits. You don't really go out there too quick, except unless you're young and stupid. You're generally not going in that water. The dogs love it. It's a great beach, beautiful beach. Just watch for those creeper waves, you know. Northern California, from the Bay Area north, if you're on the Pacific Ocean coast, hanging out at the beach, you always keep your eye on the water for sleeper waves. I'm going to now go up and around the outside. I've flipped the camera around on the Ember, so hopefully we're getting a good view of the view. And I'm going to go up this very windy little road. And then when we come out top, we should see a beautiful sunny view of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. One you've probably seen countless times in movies and pictures. So let's go look right now. Let's check it out. Watching out for all these bicyclists, giving them a wide berth with my trailer. I'll take the double yellow line hit from the law if that means I get to put 5 feet between me and the bikes, right? Technically they have full use of the lane. They're going uphill. We all can't go that slow. But yeah, I give them a wide berth, man. So yeah, watch out for bicyclists. Watch out for motorcycles. Watch out for pedestrians with your big RV. So you see, you can snag some RV parking, at least short term. It's not really legit parking, but there's more than enough room. Man, it smells like gancha over here. I don't know if it's growing or someone is smoking it, but woo-wee! Your definitely Marin County now. You can see how this is a one-way road now. When I was younger, this was two-way. This makes it so more people can get by in one direction, and big trailers like that can get by. Now that we're done out here at the Headlands, I'm about to do what even in a regular car is one of the most sketchy on-ramps I know of. It's got, 30 feet of on-ramp before you're going on the freeway uphill where everyone's accelerating off the Golden Gate Bridge trying to get up the big steep grade called the Waldo grade. And that leads us towards, we'll be going through in a moment, the Rainbow Tunnels, which I believe are now called like the Robin Williams Tunnels. They renamed them after him. Oh boy, is it chaos. And here we go. All right, on-ramp, on-ramp. You can't actually accelerate here because the curve is so sharp you can't accelerate very quickly. So you have to wait till you're basically on the freeway, and then you gun it. And there they go. Everyone's moved over. Doing 40. Still doing 42, 45, 50 now, approaching 50. So 55 is the speed limit. It's very tight and windy, so I'll only be going so fast. And now we're going to go through the Rainbow Tunnels. Classic entry into Marin County. Marin County is sort of famous, became famous in the 70s. It was the land of hot tubs and hippies. As you saw it there, it was all beautiful out the Marin Headlands. Ooh, it's tight. And something like 92% or something, over 90% of Marin County is undeveloped. There's also a severe housing shortage and extremely high house prices. Big surprise there. I used to joke when I was younger and a little more of an activist that the hippies and the yuppies got together with the same goal, which was let's just preserve everything that hasn't been built yet. Of course, the hippies are now living 3 to a house because they can't afford the housing. They're happy with that too, commune living. You get to go hike and be in this beautiful county, which is exquisitely preserved. And the homeowners, the landowners, the rich, some of the richest in the world live here. Their houses just keep going up. Here in Marin County, real close to the Sonoma County border, is the Marin French Cheese Company. And this place has been here since 1865 making cheese. It's one of the original companies in Marin County. And it speaks to the history that you can't find even on the West Coast. I mean, who thought you could go to a cheese place that's almost 200 years old here in California? Usually that stuff is reserved for the far East Coast or back in Europe. So if you are in Marin County, you should take a moment to come out here. Admittedly, the cheese is available all around here. It's a very popular cheese. If you go to a Whole Foods or a really nice grocery store, you should be able to pick up some Marin Cheese Factory. I think they even have it at the local Costco. So since I'm heading up to the mountain, Mount Tamalpais, to try to catch sunset, I thought I would stop by here and get a little cheese and bread and enjoy it Marin style. So this is Mount Tamalpais in Marin County, California. Specifically, this is Bolinas Ridge. You may recognize Bolinas Ridge from car commercials. Many car commercials have been shot out here on Bolinas Ridge. And right over there is Bolinas. That's why it's called Bolinas Ridge, which is one of the last hippie towns of California. I mean, you might think there's some hippie towns, but you have not been to Bolinas. Year after year, they would tear down the sign on the main Highway 1 pointing to Bolinas because they didn't want tourists to come there. Of course, that was before Google Maps. Well, I spent my high school years and my after high school years coming up here for sunsets. Over my shoulder right there is the infamous 420 spot. We'll just leave it at that. But very famous gathering spot once a year. And this is the sunset spot that people in Marin County come to watch the sunset. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. So we're just a few minutes from it going down. Got some haze, got some clouds. That should make for a nice sunset. If you do come to the Bay Area, I gotta say, Marin County is one of the most gorgeous counties to visit. You're probably going from San Francisco to Sonoma County anyway. So you're going right through Marin. It's on the north end of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's very undeveloped. It's a little high end and steep, so don't think about getting a hotel here or anything. And if you have your RV, I'd say stick to West Marin. Most of populated Marin is really not geared for RVs unless you just have like a van or something. I would not try to tow a trailer into San Rafael, California, or Mill Valley, California, or Tiburon, California. Just don't do it. Unhook somewhere, get an RV spot. But most of the hoity-toity towns here really don't take kindly to RVs rolling through, and there's no place to park them. So this is it. It's a beautiful place. Very expensive to live here, and that's one of the reasons why. And it's where I was raised. It's also where ILM was formed. It's where Grateful Dead comes from. Carlos Santana made his home here. It's got a lot of famous history here, this little county. I'm gonna go watch the sunset now.